Umpire holds the ball aloft and it is underway. He throws it up and the tap down was won there by Gilliland, but no real clearance just yet. A lot of players in the middle of the ground at the moment. It's not really coming out. A lot of players now pounce on the footy and we'll have a secondary ball up. So there will be underground scores throughout the day coming from Saw Reserve. The winner of that one between Taylors Lakes and Tulla Marine to play the loser of this for a spot in the Essendon 4 Division 1 Grand Final as Nat Caruso goes inside 50 for the Saints and tried to hit up a target there in Ferraro, but footed and again it's locked up there. Forcing stoppages early here. Glenroy will have another ball up this time left forward pocket.
And this will be the way that Glenroy need to really lock it in. Northern Saints like to get a bit of a run on, play on quickly, and we'll see they look to snap it out of the pack early on.
There's no room to work with though at the moment for the Saints, and we saw Tulla Marine do this to them as well in that game we called earlier in the year.
Yeah, you'd think both teams are going to be pretty good around the contested footy, but it's who's going to be the better out wide. I feel it's going to win the game today.
It's in point blank range at the moment. Talib just grabbed it from the ruck but had no support, got tackled and got pinged. Holding the ball, and Glenroy can set this one up across full back.
And they'll look to bring it wide here, coming out of full back. Not too many options happening here. Northern Saints, of course, excellent at closing down options pretty early on. We'll see the quick fly coming here from Baker. Not having too much luck though.
Nathan Scabiris there gets the holding the ball. Matty Baker, the former Hadfield Football Club player, puts it inside 50.
Good mark.
Billy Morrison.
And that was probably that was a really clean inside 50 there. Not what we expected. Northern Saints had to really work to get it into their forward line, which isn't like them, and Glenroy pretty quick on the counter.
So Billy Morrison, slight angle, will kick from about 35 or 40. It shouldn't be too much of a difficult kick, but the games we have seen here this year at Section Road, goal kicking has not been easy, but he makes a mockery of that theory. And Glenroy on the board, 2 minutes in, one straight. Northern Saints yet to score.
And Pelly, you were saying Morrison's one of those young blokes they've brought in from Calder?
Yeah, he's a Calder Cannons boy, 3 of them, so pretty good effort there from the Glenroy Football Club, considering their juniors are in the Division 3 competition. But Morrison, Ronaldson and Tanner Nielsen, the 3 out there for the Roy's today. Set up by number 4, Travis Julick, the captain for the Roy's. Spent a couple of weeks in New Zealand not long ago.
Ball up back in the middle. Gilliland got the jump on Talib that time, and you'll give that clearance to Glenroy. Hand pass came out wide from Faulkner, and he found a teammate, went up towards half forward again. Woodhouse tried to go inside 50. That time it was cut off though by Arushi, and he goes out wide for the Northern Saints up towards half forward. The target of the kick was Zach Sard. Ball spilled over his head. Cassanides can't keep it in. But there's going to be a free kick coming back, it looks like.
Zach Sard, former Glenroy player, played there last year after crossing over from Hadfield, so he's been through a few clubs around the area, Zach Sard.
In the yellow boots today as well, Sard, as he goes up towards the 50-metre line again, but it gets repelled back out, and Glenroy have some numbers on the break here. I think that's Brenton Faulkner.
Jaden Borg.
Maybe Jaden Borg. It's hard to tell the 1s and the 7s apart on these Glenroy jumpers. But he did take the mark, did Borg, and went in Borg. And that mark was taken there. I think it was Brad Kite. Went further wide still in front of the scoreboard, out of wing at the moment.
29, Callum Ronaldson. He's the leader of the Red Rocket pocket. Didn't want to play at the start of this season. Was quite content to sink a few frothies on the sideline and lead the Red Rocket pocket. But he's played the last few in the 1s and looking to make an impact, young Cal Ronaldson.
Glenroy just not fighting easy targets at the moment. Woodhouse was put under a lot of pressure and had to go back and get his own ball in the end. Did Hilston, I think it was, and another turnover came in the end, so the Saints are on the break yet again, although big hit. Big hit there
Scabiris.
On Scabiris, but the Saints again, they just keep holding on to the ball. They get it inside 50. Abdallah went down there and a mark is taken by Ali Aboueid.
Goal-kicking superstar for the Saints, Ali Aboueid.
Second in the comp, I believe, Pally, after Aaron Kite.
Shootout today on the cards. Whilst he's lining up, it's great to see the EDFL having all games filmed, all senior finals filmed. So Red Onion Creative down here are the filmers of all the games for the finals.
It's not a natural looking approach, is it, from Ali Aboueid? Ends up going across a face minor score. First score of the game for the Northern Saints. They're one behind Glenroy, one straight. We've played nearly 5 minutes.
All the same, it's good to see him getting a bit of form early. Last time we had Match the Day, he didn't actually get near it at all playing against Tulla. So some good signs there for the Northern Saints. And we'll have a quick turnover here on the burst. Kako boots it inside 50, but turnover, and Glenroy should look to clear here. Plenty of numbers off half-back. And a pinpoint pass there,
There's
finding Campbell.
Danny Campbell, the enforcer for the Royals, one of the toughest footballers going around.
It's all turnovers here, two real class sides, and neither really finding a spot. But Abdullah will look to put it inside 50, and
Fida Ahmed running into the behind post there.
it looks like the umpire has paid the mark. And Fida Ahmed was one of the players of the day a few weeks back, and we know he can kick goals.
Brett Polini, the umpire, former Pascoval cricketer and also now Craigie Burner cricketer.
Fida Ahmed, of course, a former Paco player as well, as he goes around and snaps the goal. Northern Saints on the board, 1-1-7. Glenroy won straight. We played 6 minutes.
Interesting there. Fida Ahmed sort of taking the deep sort of position in the forward 50, and Ali Abouei just playing a bit further up the field, and so be it. Few players running off everywhere at the moment. 4 changes for the Northern Saints. 4 off, 4 on.
I do see one of those men coming on, Michael Simeone, who was also one of their pride movers against Tullamarine and constantly in the best as well for the Saints. We're back in the middle. We've played 6 minutes and the Saints get another clearance. This time it was Rocky Ferraro who got it down there, but it's cut off by Travis Julick. Read that one well.
2 former Greenvale juniors out here, Greenvale Primary School boys and also Aiken College boys. Rocky Ferraro for the Northern Saints and also Keegan Shrimpton for the Roys.
Scaberis takes a good mark on the broadcast wing. He's looking inboard, but just mongreled in inside 50 again. It eluded Taleb, who went up for it. Saints have a few numbers out the back, and now Nat Caruso is going to take a mark and run with it across right half-back. Gets it to the wing in the long sleeves. Mark taken there by Daheg Abdul Wahid, and he went short to Fida Ahmed. He wants to get it moving, but kicked it straight into the man on the mark. That was poor. Travis Julick make sure that's a boundary throwing.
Not sure whether Daheg Abdul Wahid always walks and runs with the limp, but he doesn't look fit at all the way he's running at the moment. He and Scaberis fake a couple of punches there.
Caruso received that tap down from Tal, but now Tamal Abdullah has a man in board as well. Saints looking promising again. Ahmed Abdul Wahid went inside 50. Again, it's cut off though. They're struggling to hit targets inside 50. And it's that man again, Travis Julick, who's having the day out so far.
And it's interesting. Both teams struggling really to hit targets early on. Just, I guess, that little bit of finals pressure, a little bit of nerves, especially here coming out of half-back. But at this time, they managed to get the clearing kick, and the Roys are on.
Right on cue, Danny Campbell hit up an absolute bullet.
They always do that, Pelly. Every time.
That's right.
So in the centre square at the moment, and Taleb gets another possession. Simeone just ran straight into a brick wall called Daniel Campbell, but the Saints still managed to get it to half forward, and then
he's in a whole heap of trouble.
Unstuck, and Michael Simeone, as I mentioned, he's one of their prime movers. He's down and out for the count.
One person you do not want to run into is Danny Campbell, and he did that going 100 miles per hour, and he's down in a bad way.
It's either a left knee or a left groin that he's holding, as again the Saints go inside 50, and again it's cut off by Glenroy's defence, and the ball comes out to Borg, who goes wide, and they can use this outer wing. You suspect they'll use it a lot today as Glenroy go inside 50, but again no real target for the kick, and there's a lot of players back there. They might want to rush this one through the Northern Saints. It is picked up by Rocky Ferraro's been okay early, and they'll come away with it without conceding in the end. Now Caruso, ball just bounced off his shin. Luckily there was time for the Saints to recover, and as we go very close to the line, it goes out, and again
Faulkner.
A few boys. This time it's Faulkner getting up a bit slowly, but he's okay. Michael Simeone still in the hands of the trainers in the middle of Section Road at the moment.
They need to get him off. They're a player short for a couple of minutes here.
Tap down was one that time. I think it was Shrimpton. And now it comes back. Faulkner has to get around Nat Caruso. Couldn't. And then the secondary tackle was late as well, as the umpire spotted a free kick.
I think he scored a high tackle there. Or in the back.
Surely the game has to be stopped here. He's been down in the middle for close to 3 minutes now.
And he doesn't look like he's going to be alright anytime soon.
I reckon he's copped one right where you don't want it as a male. And he copped it in a big way, because Danny Campbell is a big boy and he was going at 100 miles per hour.
We'll see how he goes. Michael Simeone still hasn't moved.
Could have a bit of a break here in the middle as the Roys look to push it forward. It's going to beat them all to the boundary line though, and we'll have a throw in. Pretty frantic pace of the game so far. Everyone's attacking, but not too many able to actually make the most of it at this stage.
Simeone up. I reckon this is a huge corky.
Throw in, right forward pocket for Glenroy. They're leading or trailing by a point after kicking the first goal of the game. And the umpire will call for another ball up. We've played 10 minutes so far, only 2 goals scored. What we expected to be a shootout could still be, you never know, as Glenroy goes to the top of the square now, but Kite's got a couple of beat, and the ball ended up going nowhere near him. Easy mark for Kassam Ahmed, and they can rebuild off full-back again, the Northern Saints.
Simeone running off the ground now, good to see.
But Glenroy have managed to lock it in already. It looked for a moment there that the Saints might be away. They do like to run and pass quickly off half-back. But all the options getting locked in here, and he's going to have to be content with a short pass to Abdullah, who once again will have to sum up his options coming out of the back pocket.
Aaron Kite hasn't gone near it so far. Minimal opportunity, of course, but he'll be... Locking down him will be a key factor to whether the Northern Saints can win today.
It's always Saad that's on him at the moment. As the ball's at left half-back, umpire says holding the ball, free kick Glenroy, so here's Kite's chance to get his hands on the Sharon for the first time today. Bork's going to be the man to take it. He spots up the short pass, almost got cut off. He made it very, very difficult for his team. I think it was Carruthers in the air. Now it's close to the line, goes over, throw in, 60 out.
And yeah, something locked in pretty easily here. No one really making any progress. I think Glenroy will be pretty happy with this though, because of the way the Northern Saints like to run, and Glenroy have actually pumped it in there, going along to a contest, and the big mark is taken. And it looks like that's that young man Morrison again, making a bit of a name for himself. Aaron Carr fairly quiet, but Morrison just put up the big hands and bumped that one pretty easily in the end. And he's swung it just wide. Good crack from Morrison, and we'll see Glenroy go on to 1-1-7, leading Northern Saints 1-0-6. Certainly not the shootout we were expecting earlier on, Adam.
Ferraro's a man with the ball. We've only played 12 minutes, so this game still has a long way to play out, of course. Ferraro went to himself and then went to the broadcast wing. The target of the tick was Daheg Abdul Wahid, and a couple of bodies collide as the ball goes out of play right in front of the Northern Saints bench.
Rocky Ferraro with the kick there. Him and I starting on ball. PS.
All those memories.
Then the next year I was starting on ball with one Daniel Talia. So there you go. Look where them two have ended up. Look where I've ended up.
You summed it up beautifully there, Pally. As Glenroy go inside 50. And there was, again, a lot of numbers around the ball. Kite gets his first touch for the game. It didn't really go far. It was cut off. There's a lot of Northern Saints boys around this. Umpire blows a whistle, free kick. I don't know if there was a push in the back maybe that the umpire saw, but...
Ronaldson there, Red Rocket Pocket president.
Didn't really matter in the end. Now Caruso went long and Juliet got the fist throw in front of us.
And yes, not too much going on. Lots of play happening between the two arcs. And we'll see just the... Talib wasn't in the ruck that time, so Roy's actually managed to get away with that one pretty quickly, but it's forced out of bounds.
Moody Talib with the double gloves too.
It's always a good look.
And the big afro, former bouncer at TFU.
You know, everyone's history, Pally. But it looks like Northern Saints will get the quick break here. Abdul Wahid just slotting it up the boundary line, and Ozdemir, you'd think he'd look to move it on quickly. It's the way that the Northern Saints like to play, just working out his options, and he'll go back to Fida Ahmed, who's found himself quite high up the ground with not really anywhere to go. Glenroy really congesting the middle, and he'll actually kick it straight back to where he received it from, but this time it's Abdullah who'll receive the pass.
Former Hutchison medalist Tamer Abdullah 2 seasons ago in the Northern Saints.
And Ahmed is just racking up the touches today. Still just at half, pushing towards half forward on the wing here. There's not really anywhere to go. Glenroy have really congested it, so he just takes the next best option and bombs it high long into the forward line. Waiting at the drop was Kako, and he'll push it into the forward, but there's plenty of numbers there, and first in for it is Ozdemir. But he's got nowhere to go. Quick handball, and the contest, and quick shot on goal goes wide. So it's probably the most realistic chance Northern Saints have had for a while. And scores level up again at 1-1-7 apiece.
Bilal Luch was the man who kicked the point there, roved it pretty well, weaved it in and out of traffic, but shanked it to the Somerton Road end of the Greenvale football ground. We'll go with the Somerton Road end, and what do we want to call the other end? Mickleham Road end? No?
Traditional
Providence Road end, right?
Airport end, city end.
Providence Road end.
Providence Road end.
Somerton Road end.
The local Pally be in charge of that one as Glenroy just play a bit of darts inside defensive 50. It's in the hands of Adam Dennis at the moment.
Big boy Adam Dennis, solid. Him and Danny Campbell, similar sorts of players.
Went into the goal square and
that's who he kicked it to, Campbell, and now they go wide. Finding up options at the moment. Dangerous. Come unstuck here, and Matt Caruso got in the way, took a mark. Very dangerous there, going inboard from defensive 50, turned over. Caruso goes bang for the top of the square. Ali Abouid down there, so he's Taheg Abdul Wahid, but a chance as he tries to find some space, trying to Jack Sards just tried to get the snap on goal, couldn't, out of bounds on the floor. Sort of had a bit of space there to have a shot, but got closed down with the threat of a smother and then lost his balance, kicked out the full. Julick all by himself in the middle of the 50-metre arc, got the quick handball out. Glenroy on the break here. Look at this on the outer wing. You can take a bounce. Not sure who it is just yet. Might be Skabiris. Has to get around one man now. Does. Goes up towards the 50-metre line. They're going to go coast to coast here. Glenroy top of the square. Quite can't get to it. Final score again. 1-2-8 apiece here at Section Road.
One of the more fluent pieces of play was from Glenroy today. Really locking it down. You just get a bit of a run along the wing. There's a real bonus there. And there's Simeone. He's obviously pulled up okay after that hit in the middle of the ground before. And he pumps it long. Backs in fit at Ahmed, but Faulkner gets in the way, and he's going to have a crack there. Takes on just about everyone, gets away with it. And they're going to look to force us over the line, the Saints. Not too much like holding the ball. The commentary box here, but it's going the way of the Northern Saints, and they take quick advantage, pump it forward, and we're going to have Kusanides push it right up to half forward. Searching for a couple of men, no one can get a hold of it. Leading the race of the Northern Saints, we're going to have a quick pass coming from Zach Sard, who had that shot on goal before, and once again Abdullah pumps it forward. He's been lively today. Looking for a couple of options, can't find anyone, and Glenroy will look to clear very quickly here, coming from Rufus.
CEO of Musco Mobile, Liz Power, tells us that 70% of internet searches have a
prime movers for Glenroy, comes through the corridor, chain of handballs almost comes unstuck. Dennis had a high tackle, free kick. Northern Saints, high contact,
in fact. Such a side quickly, easily, and for surprisingly low cost. Musco Mobile also specialise
in this one. 1-2-8 apiece, inside 50 for the Saints. Sharking it, but they got tackled very, very quickly. Glenroy have plenty of numbers out the back here. Julick's been excellent. He's got a man in the middle. That man, Daniel Campbell. Julick the Campbell combination is happening quite a bit here for a big guy. Trav Julick is the real general down back. Sets up a lot of their play with his raking left foot. Kite on the lead. Had to meet it on the half volley. Does now. Goes around onto the left. He looks for Skabiris. Did well. And he can have a shot for goal. Loose man in the square. Glenroy going to get their second. Alistair Collins gets the goal. 2-2-14 Glenroy, Northern Saints. 1-2-8, 18 and a half played. Set up by, as I mentioned, Travis Julick down back. Went to
Visit australia.gov.au/mychild or call 132468. Childcare rebate, helping families with the cost of childcare.
A couple of metres and pop it over the top. An easy goal for the Royals.
Very smart play from Collins there. He was all on his own for a few minutes, just waiting for that forward option to come. No one in Northern Saints really smartened up to it, and he was able to find that bit of space. And I think he would have been filthy if his teammate got the shot then. He was ready to go. Umpire brings it back into the middle. Tyler back into the ruck for Northern Saints. And so defensively on forward, and he's looking to get a ball up.
Rudy Taleb's being jumped over at the moment, especially the centre bouncers. Keegan Shrimpton and Scott Gilliland are all over him at the moment. So we ran around the ground sort of stuff though that Moody Taleb is so vital and so strong, uses his body really well.
And we're going to have he's going to have an opportunity to show it with a bounce coming up. He loses that one though, but it doesn't matter because the Northern Saints will attack through Caruso. He spears it inside 50, can't hit anyone in the chest though, but they've got the numbers. He'll actually finish up his own work, gets it in there. Ferraro's got a little bit of space. Simeone's around the ball, but Glenroy again looking to lock it down. They've got plenty of numbers inside 50.
Matt Caruso's down at the moment. He's just on all haunches. Might have copped one in the guts or something. He's up at the moment. I would have thought though with the influence of Nat Caruso on the competition this year, they might put a bit of a harder tag on him, but not to be at the moment.
And Glenroy looked clear and searching for the boundary every day of the week. And the boundary will actually beat Talib and Fida Ahmed, both who were going for it then. And yeah, we'll have another throw-in heading towards Northern Saints goal just at half forward.
Yep, Somerton Road end of the ground they're kicking to.
Comes in, Ahmed goes third man up, wins it pretty easily in the end, and we're going to have a bit of a run coming from Ahmed Sadi. Pops it inside 50, searching for a couple, and strikes it lucky with Ferraro flying up to meet it.
All by himself, Rocky Ferraro. Been a bit quieter this year in the goal-kicking front, but in previous seasons he's been absolutely dominant in front of goal for the Northern Saints. But I reckon that's a reflection of how well the Northern Saints have been this year. The depth and the quality they've got in their list now means that Rocky Ferraro isn't as relied upon. He's not a tall bloke, just really explosive, kicks the ball a mile, kicking from 35 out.
He lines this one up. Umpire's pretty happy with that one, and Northern Saints are back into it again. Ferraro slotting that one. Got some scores for us there, Ads.
2-2-14 apiece now. We've played 21 minutes.
And it's probably the best little passage of play we've seen from the Northern Saints. They've been struggling to get that space today that they love to work into. So a little bonus for them there.
That fat side kick, always the go. Once you get it, go fat side, someone should be there. It's the way they're taught.
Back in the middle already. Ticking into time on now in the first quarter, into the 22nd minute. And Talib once again will contest it. This time he wins out. It's punch forward, but numbers all with Glenroy, and they'll look to clear it forward again. But to no avail. We're really playing a lot of this between the arcs at the moment. No one can get clean possession until Simeone gets in there, pumps it long, looking again for Ferraro, makes the contest, can't get in there though, but he lays the tackle, and second efforts will see a ball up.
Roger Faulkner was the man tackled there with the nice artwork on the sleeve.
And they go up quickly. Talib gets the quick kick out, but only as far as the Glenroy defence. But it doesn't matter because Northern Saints have the numbers and they're pushing hard. That hit seems to have done Simeone a whole lot of good because he pumps it inside 50 again. No one really getting clean possession though, and Ozdemir will look to pump it forward. It's rushed through, and Northern Saints take the lead, 15-14.
Yep, Northern Saints. There's Travis Julick once again with an absolute monster of a kick up to half forward, and Brett Pelini awards a free kick to the Roys. No advantage given. Jaden Borg tried his very best. Sneaky little man, Jaden Borg. Wonderful kick of the footy too.
Julick absolutely pumped that one, didn't he? On him.
For Greenvale, it's very still day-to-day. Last week, the junior finals here on Sunday, the wind was causing absolute havoc towards the Providence end of the ground, towards the other background. He's with Danny Campbell with the ball once again. Campbell's getting a lot of his kicks around the back sort of 50 region, back half 50 region with maybe it's a ploy by the Roys. Get one of their best users, one of their enforcers down the back half.
Ethan Hope now has it on the edges of the 50-metre line, goes inboard. Bob Borg, and good use of the ball by Ethan Hope.
Ethan Hope just looked at Moody Taleb there and went, you're a big slow old man, Moody, I'm going to walk around, and he did that and spotted up Borgie wonderfully. I talked about how good of a kick Jaden Borg is. We'll see now how he goes having a shot at goal. Of course, Jaden Borg is a very accomplished wicket-keeper batsman for the Carlton Cricket Club, captain of the Victoria Under-17s a couple of seasons ago. We'll be vying for first 11 selection this year with stalwart Nathan Pillen down there at the Carlton Cricket Club.
He can kick Glenroy's third goal as well, put them back in front. Borg, Pally says he's going to kick it, and Pally got it wrong. It's across the face.
Said he was going to kick, I didn't say he was going to kick it.
2-3-15, apologies for that, Pally. 2-3-15 apiece. We've played 24 minutes.
Unfamiliar territory for Northern Saints at the moment. Normally they'd have kicked probably 5 or 6 goals by this point. So Glenroy have done well to restrain them and keep them pretty well in check. Plenty of congestion happening across the ground, and the Saints don't seem to know where to go with it a lot of the time.
They did go towards the outer side, but now they want to come with a switch, and that's a very, very bad kick by Ahmed Abdul Wahid. It's out of bounds on the full, and it's going to be taken quickly by Morrison. Goes inboard. It was slightly dangerous, but worked out. Adam Dennis, is he within range? He's probably going to kick from just outside 50. 45-degree angle.
Got to go to the right post here. It'll float in. Give it enough. He should kick this, even though he's beyond the arc.
Looks like the run-up is poised that way. He has gone right post. Is it coming back enough? It is. Read it like a book. Dick Michael Powell, Adam Dennis obliged.
That's why I'm here, boys.
And Glenroy get their third. 3-3-21. Northern Saints 2-3-15. We play 25 minutes.
And how impressive has young Billy Morrison been so far? Just took the kick and very quickly summed up the options and put it straight on the chest of Dennis. And that's really making the Northern Saints pay for some sloppy foot skills there.
Turnovers in final football. Ahmed Abdul-Wahed there with a costly turnover out of the back 50 and it caused a goal. I don't expect today to be a shootout though. Finals pressure. A lot different game.
Got to say, it is a slightly different Northern Saints sort of look about them at the moment. They don't have that free-flowing spirit that we've seen for a lot of the year, but Rocky Ferraro trying to do something about that. Took a couple of bounces, went for Dahek Abdul-Wahed, took the mark.
Have a look at him run.
Has pulled up.
He does not look right at all. He is hobbling around everywhere. I don't know whether it's the way he walks and runs, but he looks shot.
Bit of tape around the left calf as well for Wahed, but he hit a target here. Mark taken by Hassam Ahmed. Goes in board with the kick. There's a couple of options there, but he made it difficult. Siren goes. Short quarter at Section Road. It is quarter time. In the EFL match of the day, only 26 minutes ticked by. And thanks to Adam Dennis right at the death in the last minute. It's Glenroy leading by a goal. 3-3-21, leading the Northern Saints 2-3-15. We'll be waiting for scores from around the grounds. Taylor's Lakes and Tullamarine playing off in the elimination final. We'll get those to you after the break, but for now we'll take you back to Hadfield. It is quarter time. Match of the day, Sunday edition on 98.9 Northwest FM. Northern Saints and Glenroy. Intriguing opening term. It was Glenroy 3-3-21, leading the Saints 2-3-15. Anna, you were down listening to one of the huddles. What did you gather?
Yeah, I was down at the Northern Saints huddle and Nat Caruso, obviously we know that Northern Saints love to run and gun, but the main thing he was pressing was accountability. They like to run off their men, but he was saying, don't give these Glenroy boys an inch, and they reckon they can get right back into this.
I think Glenroy fancy himself coming home second half. Last time they met, Glenroy really come back from 53 points down in the second half to overrun Northern Saints. I'm not a big ground. Glenroy fancy the league gets a heavy third on Northern Saints.
Second term underway. Keegan trips it up against Tyler in the ruck. Tyler tried to tap it over his afro head. Didn't work out because Glenroy going to be the ones getting the clearance, and Gordon Hilston was the man that got his hands on the footy. Unsurprisingly, he went towards the outer side. Borg had a couple to contend with. Hand pass came back. McShane gets it to half forward and now the target as well. This is looking promising for Glenroy. They go in forward here, and Dennis had to raffle that one. Keegan did well in the end, in towards the 50-metre line again, but again no target. As a tackle is late, that is high, that was clear. And a free kick coming up here against Kassam Ahmed.
Aaron Kite's ball, and he plays on quickly. Smart there from Aaron Kite.
Goalless so far today.
There he goes. Northwest FM's own Aaron Kite. At Kitey12 on Twitter, that's what it is.
48 seconds into the second term for Aaron Kite. Gets his first.
He was on the EDFL morning show yesterday. Aaron Kite for the second half hour of the show. The bombshell down there from the Royce. 70 odd to his name for season 2013. Former Adelaide listed player down there, Crows.
And you've got to love the attitude. No one's kicking it to me, so I'll just take the handball, take him on and slot one myself.
A very smart play there from Aaron Kite.
And that's why he's one of the premier goal kickers in this division. And it's back in the middle there, this time Northern Saints with the burst. Hassam Ahmed takes him on, but doesn't pay off in the horse.
Get himself out of it. Brendan Faulkner was the man who gave him the hands under the pump.
And we'll see Ahmed look to pump it inside. Yeah, look like a downfield free kick here.
Brendan Faulkner's given one away to Rocky Ferraro. Gimme 10 metres out. Rocky Ferraro.
Yesterday we saw Killwell Park. They very costly gave away a few downfield free kicks, 50-metre penalties, ended up, I wouldn't say a bit of difference, but certainly had an impact on that result.
As we'll see, Ferraro coming in looking for number 2. And the umpire does not move. Crowd behind the goals loves it. And that's hugely costly for Glenroy.
Looks like Brendan Faulkner is the man to go to Rocky Ferraro all day. Every move Rocky Ferraro's had, Brendan Faulkner's been sniffing around. So I think that's a matchup that Lance Whitmore has identified. They need a hone in on.
We'll see it come back a little bit. Yeah. Arguably kick Kilo Park out of the game, so Glenroy will want to be careful with them. And we're back in the middle again. Talib won Caruso with a quick kick forward, and we'll see Zach Sard look to attack back to Caruso. Kick smothered off the boot, and Glenroy now with a chance to clear through Dennis, the goal kicker in that first quarter. Pushes it out onto the wing, and he's got a runner. There's plenty of room to move. We're on a fast break here for Glenroy. Pumps inside 50.
Good hit up, mate.
Good juggling mark.
That's not Nathan Skabiris. I think Skabiris mixed up with Gordon Rooston.
Looking for Kai. He's at the back of his pack. We almost get and it's all going to be locked up in here. No, the ball comes out, but the umpire will call a bounce near the top of the square for Glenroy. And a pretty frantic start to this second quarter. The team looking to get on the board early, obviously. And Northern Saints will win out this time, looking to clear very quickly. But it's going to get pumped straight back in again. Quick hands coming from Glenroy. Didn't catch who it was. But lining up for goal is Caruthers.
But
it's rushed through.
I've got myself in comment before the game. Only the two Calder Cannons boys out there, Tanner Nielsen and Billy Morrison. No Lachlan Donaldson, just Cal Ronaldson, the older brother. The better brother, as he tells everyone.
4.5 minutes played into the second term. It's the Glenroy leading by 7 points. As we speak, umpire calls for a ball up at left half back for the Saints.
Get to see much of Tanner Nielsen, the late inclusion for Brett Pitts, who out with a hamstring injury. Been a common curse for Brett Pitts, his hamstrings, but reckons he'll be right for next week and beyond.
Centre wing ball. Faulkner had a couple of bites at a cherry but couldn't quite get clean possession. Mohamed Talib was wrapped up as soon as he got it. Got pushed in the back according to the umpire. Free kick, Northern Saints. Only kicking a bit from the lead at the moment. Talib goes directly up towards half forward. Cassanides a targeted the kick, eluded him. Umpire spots another free. This time it's Glenroy's ball to square up. And the 46ers can rebuild this one off half back.
Here's the Hoblet Daheg Abdul-Wahed on again. Have a look at him.
A 50-metre penalty coming here. Looks like he was tackled after being given the free.
Did Faulkner come off his line there because he was going with the kick in board? I reckon he might have come off his line, got tackled straight away. Umpires paid 50.
Still got to wait for the play on call, Adam.
He pulled a signal, didn't he? So technically there, but a bit stiff for Northern Saints as the ball gets brought up towards half forward.
No.
He's really wasted that kick though, Faulkner. Straight in the way of Fitter Ahmed, and Ahmed will clear very quickly. Gets it on to Abdul-Wahed. And now we're off on a bit of a run. Zach Sard loves a gallop, and he'll pump this one long, looking for the goals. And he slotted it through. Great running goal from Zach Sard.
Former Roy and Hawk, Zach Sard, now at the Saints wearing the number 41. In the flashy yellow boots too. And he's sort of got the same presence as Nathan Skabiris. So they're sort of similar sorts of players, either side, run, carry, and finish off very well.
And you were saying in that first quarter, Pally, about turnovers in finals, and how bad was that? Glenroy with a 50-metre penalty turnover. Fitter Ahmed does a bit of muscle work, gets it forward. Zach Sard goes on a gallop, and all of a sudden, goal skis, and Northern Saints only trail by a point now. That's 4-3-27 to Glenroy, 4-4-28. And ball's back in the middle now. Glenroy looked clear quickly, but all of a sudden it's all Northern Saints. It's absolutely pumped forward. Glenroy with the numbers, but plenty of players circling. Goes for the dribble here, and
good hands by Daheg Abdul-Wahed in close once again. He's not going to do much outside running, but when he gets the ball in close, he's a good user of the ball with hand.
But that one's rushed through for a quick behind. I don't know if it actually made it in the end, sorry.
No, went through for a behind, and they've kicked it in. Woodhouse got the ball at centre-half back from the kick in. It's Rodney Caruthers now with the ball in the wing. Goes inboard, turns over once again, trying to hit up Nathan Skabiris in short, but turned it over. Costly pumped inside forward again, but Trav Julik strong as always.
Great kick from Elliot Kaka, that one.
He's been very strong at centre-half back, Julik. He's
one
quite
of the best
athletic.
players in Division 1 competition, and that's why he's a leader down there at the Royce.
Very athletic, coming off half-back as well. And Glenroy will actually get to set something up here. I think that was Faulkner. Pumps it forward. Beautiful kick. coming into half forward, and for the first time in a little while, Glenroy go inside 50.
Hope hits up Kite.
And the leading goal kicker in the league will have a nice shot from 40 out, looking for his second.
Good play by Brenton Faulkner there. Got the quick ball from Trav Julick, went with it, and met Ethan Hope just popped out the back from the Northern Saints zone and quickly got the ball on. The forward line was really open, all one-on-one contests everywhere, and Aaron Kite was able to take a simple mark on the lead. Will kick from right on 50, you'd suggest, Adam?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'd say his foot will be planted right on the paint as he comes into this one. So probably slightly better than a 45-degree angle for Kite. He just sneaks inside 50 as he has the shot from 49. That's across the face. Minor score, 8 minutes play. Glenroy 4-5-29. Northern Saints 4-4-28.
Played the One Nap Cup game in his time as a Crow, Aaron Kite, and Gary Ablett just danced around him and made him look like a fool. Good man though, Aaron Kite.
Dominating in the EDFL though.
Absolutely. Gary Ablett's
big Kitey. He will win the goal kicking comp for Division 1 this year.
Oh, reckless hit there by...
Bodies flying. There's a bit of retaliation as well. We saw a bit of this yesterday as well. In finals footy, tensions can get a bit high, but Heath Woodhouse is going to be the man to take the free kick for the 46ers. Long and direct, top of the square, big fly at the front, no mark taken, but Kite claims it. Left foot snap, top of the square. Borg was down there, had to contend with Ahmed Abdul Wahid. Still the ball after grabs, ripped off it was Kassan Ahmed. And now spinning out of it, did well in the air, Bilal Alouche. But again, there's just so much pressure inside this 50-metre line. Alouche tries to go for another bite. Free kick, Glenroy.
Could just touch on the hit here before Marzan Abdul Wahid on Heath Woodhouse. If you're playing AFL football, you head over the ball and you go through something like that. Obviously not in AFL football, it's going to be suspension, but AFL football, player at the ball, you go through him, head-eye contact, you're missing a couple of weeks, aren't you?
Yeah, we saw a big one yesterday, didn't we, Anna?
Absolutely, huge one. It was absolutely massive. I'll have to double check my names, but yeah, it was a nasty one. And it caused a little bit of a scuffle.
So what takes in AFL football? A couple of bumps here and there, and it's on.
But we will have a shot coming in for goal. Looks like it won't make the distance. Can anyone fly? No, it's rushed through. And Glenroy with a couple of opportunities in those last 2-3 minutes, but unable to convert.
Nice little bit of sportsmanship there from Aaron Kite, helping Ahmed Abdul Wahid up off the ground in the goal square. As Feeder Ahmed gets the ball in the back half again, playing a lot higher up the ground now from what he was early in the first quarter. Feeder Ahmed.
Alouche was the man that got the ball towards the wing, but again, cut off
Nielsen.
This time. It is Nielsen. That's got it right in front of us on the broadcast wing, but he's kicked it to a 3-on-1. Talib came very late, got the fist on the ball. Kako went out, picked it up. Talib got it back to him. In here, working it in triangles out of Northern Saints. Feeder Ahmed got enough possession as well. And now a high ball up towards the 50-metre line. Another goal would be lovely for the Northern Saints, but they can't get their hands on the ball. A lot of pressure came. Ethan Hope will chase this one down, but Taheg Abdul Wahid provided the pressure. Turnover comes. Now Abdul Wahid has a shot on goal. Right foot snap, but getting back Julick. Last line of defence. He's just been so good in all of our broadcast games that have involved Glenroy so far this year. Now Borg goes wide. And Glenroy will use the outer side as we've become accustomed to today.
And Pell, you were saying Taheg Abdul Wahid looks a little bit proppy, but he's still got quite a turn of speed on him. Very nippy there. Just had everyone going in circles there. So
smarts, football smarts. Don't have to be quick, but quick of mind in local football, any football. Quick of mind, okay? Like the Geelong Football Club.
Free kick here.
During their premiership era, they were quick of mind, dish the handballs out very quickly, and that's why they were so successful.
There is a free kick for the Northern Saints, and they were on through the middle as well, but Caruso never got back fit. It was all bikes off the ground, and that could have really set something up, but Northern Saints couldn't quite get the ball in the ends, and Caruso has to go long to the contest as a result, but he spotted a man who should have taken the mark. Elliot Kako, pressure came, umpire calls for a ball up right on the paint of the 50.
That was a 60-metre hit from that Caruso, and it wouldn't have gone any higher than 20 metres off the ground. A feature of the Caruso's play, both Fort and Nat, they get the ball to contest, they kick it, and within a couple of seconds they're at the next contest. They're just so explosive.
Glenroy trying to get this one out of the dangerous area, but they can't get clean possession. Now they do. Just a quick ball thrown onto the boot, and they get it to half forward all of a sudden. One-on-one contest, out muscled there. Kassam Ahmed did well against his opponent, came crashing through, did Nazi Alushi. Hand pass comes out wide now, but a turnover, and Adam Dennis kicked a lovely goal in the first quarter and went in ball by hand. Just so many Northern jumpers around this ball, though, they just can't get it out. They will now. Did very well in the end. Elliot Karko's been good. Tried to hit up Abdul Aweed inside 50, but couldn't. And again, just plenty of numbers for the Roys to come out here, and a good hit there for Tanner Nielsen.
Matthew Baker with the ball. Good mate of his, Scott Turner's listening from Echuca. Both former Hadfield boys. Scotty Turner also played a couple of games down at my club, Ferry Penola, former number 16 for the Hawks.
So great switch up from Woodhouse, went inside 50 as well. Scaberis mark, loose man, left full pocket. They'll go back and have a shot.
Right.
Can't tell who it is, Pally. Might have to help me with that one because he's kicked a lovely goal.
Stopped it.
Just from the spot where he marked it, went bang, poked it. To confirm it, he's second. At the 13.5-minute mark of the second term, Glenroy 6-6-36.
I was really set up by
5-6-36, sorry, 4-4-28.
By the composure out of the back 50 from the youngster Tanner Nielsen. Managed to hit up Matthew Baker out wide, and then they're able to set up play from there. Sometimes that's all you need. A good disposal out of back 50 sets you up.
You haven't seen much of Nielsen, but he's impressed already. Just a nice little bit of poise. Same with Collins, who's earned himself a couple of goals, just his ability to find space. And he'll be looking for it again as Glenroy bomb it long. Mark should have been taken in defence, but it spills out, and now we've got a bit of a contest happening right on the paint of the 50. But Northern State should have the pace to clear now. Probably not the best option coming out of defence there, and once again we'll see Glenroy look to attack. This time through Baker.
Bloody Baker took on a couple, and then got ahead of himself and got run down, and Nat Caruso, look how strong he is. Work by Danny Campbell, fisted the ball out, but Nat Caruso's strength there was just unbelievable. Got out of a couple of tackles, just said get away from me boys, and have a look at the physique on him too, Anna. Handy, isn't it?
Good to see that you love him, Pelly. He didn't even have any momentum there and still managed to break a couple of tackles. Just says a lot for his strength. And he'll be looking to get in there again. His tackle's broken this time.
Danny Campbell tackled there.
He's tackled high this time. The arm of Ahmed just slipping up a little bit too high. And Campbell, you're right, he's a pretty solid player, and he spears a beautiful kick into the middle. And Hope will look to head forward once again, finding a little bit of space in the Glenroy forward line.
Carl Ronaldson.
And it's going up, it's going high, but Northern Saints have the numbers there. It doesn't matter though, because Woodhouse will have a quick snap.
Shank that.
Unfortunately, as Pelly said, he's shanked it, and the Northern Saints will look to clear it out of defence again, looking for Caruso, but it's a 2-on-1, and once again Adam Dennis finds himself the recipient of a turnover. He's on the commentary side wing here. Dangerous kick close to the boundary. Just keeps it in there, and once again Baker looks to pump it forward.
Bad kick from Matthew Baker, put it on Billy Morrison's head.
Nazi Alushi's been good. Yep. He's read a couple of these balls. He's got another kick coming up here. He's taken two crucial marks in the last couple of minutes. Goes with the helicopter ball, and the pseudo attempted a specky from Feeder Ahmed. Didn't work out. The Saints get up towards half forward. Doesn't really matter in the end. Abdul Weed, hand passing forward, just put a few teammates under pressure. Ended up in the hands of Tamar Abdallah. Inside 50, Abdul Wahid. Fist okay from the defender there, Gordon Hilson, I think it was, for Glenroy. They come out wide and look at the space here for Campbell. He can take the mark and run. Ethan Hope inboard, decided to go down the line instead. Coast to coast for Glenroy, a shot. Maybe just not beyond the reach there.
Barden, that is.
The young man Barden, but Kite can certainly take a mark and go back. He took the mark well in front. Tough angle though coming up.
Costly drop earlier by Matthew Baker on the wing there. Had sort of the sit and dropped it. Northern Saints got the turnover, but luckily for Glenroy's sake, they managed to mop up down the fence and in turn have put the ball into their forward 50 as Kite swings around. Drop punt still.
And goes across the face. Minor score.
Sorry boys, hate to jump in, but we've received a score from over at Glenroy. Tulla 4-6-30, leading Taylor's Lakes 0-1-1. So Tulla not kicking straight, but still with a very, very handy, almost 5-goal lead.
Ash Manny again during the week talking down the chances of his Demon Chargers, saying they're injury plagued. I said, mate, you've been telling everyone you've been injury plagued since round one, but good to see Ash Manning's man up and about early.
The Lakers' form hasn't been all that great recently as well. They did knock off the Saints a couple of weeks ago, but the Saints were resting a few that day. So a disappointing end for Taylor's Lakes, unless they can resurrect something in those final 3 quarters.
Only 30 points down.
Be their year. As the Saints get the ball at centre half back. And Taleb's underneath this one. Just Abuid as well, but just well sharked in the air by Zach Sard, who took a bounce, empty goal square to work with. Just didn't really put much boot into it. And it's going to be rushed through. Tackle, very, very late tackle by Bilal Alouche. But it is rushed through for a minor score. Well disguised again by Gordon Hilston.
I think that was what he was aiming for the whole time.
The Saints go to 4-5-29, Glenroy 5-7-37. 8-point lead in favour of the Roys.
Big Reese contested just to text in Airport West Zone. Reckon he should be on the commentary team. We'll get down here, Reese, and we'll get you on for the second half, eh?
Julik has it, goes wide with the kick, too wide in fact for Borg. He won't get his hand. No, he did keep it in play. Did very well, did Jaden Borg in the end, but then he turns it over. Only went so far. Simeone was the man cutting it off, and he had a loose man at half forward as well. Kako, hand pass came out wide. Caruso gets himself involved yet again as well, but getting in. Feeder Ahmed, they just can't find space. Northern Saints umpire calls for a bounce at right half forward for Northern.
If you want to tweet in at EDFL Footy, we'll read your tweets out on air, or if you know me, just send me a text and I'll read it out.
Popular man Michael Pell, only back in the country for a week and already just sending a few social media requests as the ball goes inside 50. There's no one there again for the Northern Saints. Julik just having a picnic out there at the moment. Found a man in the middle and they go wide now. Woodhouse took the mark and very quickly got the hand pass out wide. Alistair Collins already got 2 goals in this game. Goes inside 50. Where's big? Kick it to me. Kite. No one is there. Was there this time for the Saints and the ball just repels back out. Collins got himself involved again with ball just trickling towards the line at the moment. It's a real arm wrestle for possession. Woodhouse will pick this one up now, but pressure came onto him. Heads up in the heads of Abdullah. Was he taken high? Umpire said no. Woodhouse again, another possession. Short kick was good. And they can get this one moving at half forward.
Nice little hit there on poor old Adam Barden, but he was never going to get the 50. He was just standing his ground.
Adam Barden headbutted Matt Caruso's leg so he could try and get the 50, as opposed to Matt Caruso's leg hitting Adam Barden.
I think you are spot on there, Pelly, because there was definitely no hit there. I think Caruso was just standing his ground, and umpire ignored Barden's requests as expected. Fitter Ahmed using a bit of bustling bodywork around the ball. Can't get it out though. It's going to be forced over the line. Fitter Ahmed, obviously one of the stronger players in this competition alongside Caruso.
Just a shout out to our EDFL Footy Show's own Dylan Beers McKibben, who's down at the Essendon Baseball Club today for the tribute to a fallen friend, Chris Lane, who played 8 games for the Essendon Doodle Stars Football Club this year and a former Oak Park player.
There's sad news for the region during the week with that one, as the Northern Saints have a chance to strike here. Daheg Abdul-Wahid can go over the top lead. Kane. Is that Michael Casanides maybe? No, it is Abuid that has it in the left forward pocket, but he's tucked up against the boundary. Tough kick coming up.
And he's going to back himself in though, as he would be the second highest goal kicker in the league. Abuid approaches and it's a shocker off the boot.
It's not a natural action, is it? We've seen him have a couple of shots now today. It just does not look like a...
Well, you're a Hawk man, Adam, and neither is Lance Franklin's.
Yeah, well, he gets the results, as has Abuid. So throw out the textbook. It's all about the results at the end of the day, as Campbell gets another possession. The red boots matching the red attire of the 46ers, and he found a man as well. I don't think he's missed a target today, Campbell, so far. Borg just very easily gets around Bilal Alouche and goes wide with the kick. Glenroy looking promising at the moment. They're only leading by 8 points. It's a low-scoring affair, lower than what we were expecting at the start. And again with the body, just Nazi Alouche having a wonderful game for the Saints. Goes in board Rocky Ferraro. Already 2 goals for the Northern Saints for him. He's got a man in the middle as well, unmarked. And that mark is taken by Kako. He'll go short. So a slow build-up here by the Saints. Sam Ahmed.
Shot
over to Simeone, and it just came unstuck. Man there in the centre, and they'll go long inside 50. I think it was Faulkner. Big fly. Morrison took a good mark.
Brendan Faulkner, for a small bloke, he's got a lot of penetration with his kick, there's Brendan Faulkner.
And Morrison definitely impressing today. it's always good when you don't have to rely on one man in Aaron Kite to do all the work, and Morrison's definitely stepped up, shown some really good clean hands, and lining up for his second, his third shot on goal, but lining up for goal number 2.
Definitely a lot more mobile than Lance Whitnell would be out here at Greenvale.
Pelly with the little hit behind play there, but it's all good.
Oh, Lance Whitnell, that's why he's not playing.
He is a big man, Lance Whitnell, and Morrison, we gave him some raps, and he responds by kicking it out on the full, as we... the curse of the commentator there, to be honest. And Northern States will look to rebuild again coming out of the back line. And they've got a bit of space happening in the corridor now, pumping it long, searching for Abu Eid, and again going on a bit of a run is Ahmed. Loves going for a bit of a gallop, and kick finds a strong marking, Zach Saad, and if there's one guy who loves to run, it's him. Pushes it back to Abdul Wahid, and back to Saad again. Saad takes him on, kicks it into the 50 and hits up a target.
Sensational, Zach Saad. Got around a few, had a bit of a run, found himself in a bit of trouble, gave it back to Daheg Abdul Wahid, and as usual, Daheg's hands were very good, gave it back to Zach Saad and then weaved in and out of a couple more. Went inboard and spotted up...
Just the poise of that play though, because he got himself into hot water. He took a very strange bounce when he had 2 players right on him, but just took a breath, came back the other way, found Simeone inboard. It was a very classy
very good
piece of play.
footballer. Senior footballer, as I said, at 3 EDFL clubs for a young man.
So Simeone, in the brightest boots I've ever seen. It's a good approach, directly in front, fist pump as soon as he kicks it as well. Cheer squad behind the goal for the Northern Saints like it. And that gets them back within a kick. First goal in a while in this one. It's 5-5-35 Northern Saints. Glenroy 5-7-37.
And far more natural looking kick in action than that of Abu Eid there, Adam. And yeah, probably a really crucial kick there for the Northern Saints. They've been roaming around for a while, not able to really get anywhere, and to actually slot a goal is really important at this stage of the match. Trailing by the 2 points, but yeah, well and truly in it.
Apaya throws this one up. We're back in the middle. Talib will win that tap down. Caruso just ran underneath it in the end. Campbell in the middle as well. A tackle laid by Campbell on Bilal Alouche, but the umpire gives a free kick to the ladder, and Alouche gets up and runs with it. Saints have a bit of wind in their sails at the moment. Abu Eid takes a lovely mark. He can go back and kick from 25, and he should kick it, so it should be 2 in a minute, and the lead for the Northern Saints in the shadows of half-time.
Fair to say that was our mark of the day from one of the competition's leading goal kickers. He'll come in, hopefully a bit more natural this time.
Still goalless today.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Ali Abu Eid kicks his first for the day and kicks Northern Saints into the front for the first time in a little while. What a nice setup that one was there, Ads.
A couple of boys down here don't like your call about Ali Abu Eid's kicking style. Adam Seracoglu, these 3 here, I think they must be Ali Abu Eid's fans.
Yeah, I did look back, didn't they? I wasn't sure about that. There's a good contingent here. It's a very
maybe they're just admiring your commentary, Adam.
I gave him a good
best in the region.
Gave him a good pump up, Pally. It was a lovely mark.
Yeah.
And the goal that's deserved as well. So 6-5-41 Northern Saints. Glenroy 5-7-37. Ali Abu Eid gets on the board with his first, and we're back in the middle in the shadows of half time.
And coming to the middle again, Northern Saints with the last couple of clearances. And siren sounds. Half time.
Here we go.
Northern Saints 6-5-41. Lead Glenroy 5-7-37. A late goal to Ali Abu